Hey, fat fish heads! It's time for another edition of the hottest new podcast on all platforms, Fat Fish. Sit back and strap yourself in for the wildest ride on the open seas. Now, flap your fins for the fabulous Fat Fish brothers, Eric Fish Snyder and Brad Grunny Grunberg, a.k.a. Snacks.
Oh boy, here we are. How you feeling?
Good. How are you?
I'm doing a lot going on, a lot of moving parts in my life.
Yeah.
You know what's going on with the neighbor.
Before we get into the hectic sports world,
yeah,
what you've gone through, I don't even know. I mean, I think about what you've gone through with your house.
Hold the thought. I gotta stretch. My back is killing me. Oh, see, over here. Okay, all right, there we go.
Oh, that's great.
Okay, there we go.
Yeah.
Perfect. Oh, there we go. Okay.
I should call Dr. George Fishbeck for the weather for that thing, whatever it is. Oh, the District of Grunbergia. Jesus Christ. Oh my God. Wow. Your Curb Your, everyone go to YouTube, find Brad on Curb Your Enthusiasm where he plays the roofer and he goes. So Brad had a situation in his condo where the people above him had a leak and it's going through his place. And only you could describe it, make it funny. It wasn't a funny situation, but the way you said the smell and my parents, I have to get a thing. You made a bad situation sound funny and it wasn't.
Yeah. I don't know if anybody, our audience, has had a bad neighbor. Well, these people have been horrible. It's been a nightmare since they moved in about 2 years ago. And we've had 3 floods. They don't like me or my parents, so they turn on the bathtub in the master bath and walk out of the room. There's been 3 of these. The first one was not bad. Second one was very, very, how do I say it? A lot worse. And the third one was absolutely like devastating. And the third one, they claim that the toilet exploded or something. There was poo-poo smell in our place, in the hallway, in the garage, and in the lady under us. It was unbelievable. Also, in addition to that, of course, they deny it. Oh no, not us. No. And then the big thing is smoke. They smoke like chimneys, and the smell of the smoke comes out into the hallway above me, and then in our unit through the vents. And my dad has he's 92 and a half. He has lung issues, so he's been coughing. The landlord does nothing, and the property management does nothing. And we pay a pretty hefty rent, and but it's a great location, and we'll see what happens.
Let me. I had the text by Brad was brilliant. Brad texted me to this whole thing, so I printed out one of the texts that he did, and it said, "Fish, you won't fucking believe what I'm going through right now with the smell of this place." And my dad can't smell. I swear to God, I'm going to be the first guy at the DA's office on Monday morning. I'm going to the DA. We're getting these guys out. I'm done, and I'm dying. I mean, it's just like it's so Seinfeldish. So let's fast forward. What's the situation now?
Well, the fire department was called. They cited them for the smoke because you're not allowed to smoke in a building, only in your unit.
Right.
I don't think they believe in smokeless ashtrays. There's something like that where you can use an ashtray, but they smoke so much. I mean, I couldn't even breathe. I have a neighbor that I'm friends with, so I went up to give her some People magazines and some cookies from Cookie Good, best cookies in LA and the world. And I couldn't breathe. I literally, and I had to, oh my God, I had to get out of there. So I knocked on the door. I said, take these. I can't stand the smoke. And I think they're getting nervous because the walls are closing in. The DA, I talked to 2 guys at the DA's office in Beverly Hills. They understand my problem, and they're on it. So we'll see what happens. It's a process. I've called the police 31 times now. And, they said, keep calling us. Beverly Hills police are the best in the business. Oh, my goodness. It's incredible. Cameras everywhere. You feel so safe in an unsafe world, especially in LA. There's homeless. There's so much sadness. So we'll see what happens, but I'll keep you in the loop, Fish.
Keep Fatfish at fishgrunny1@gmail.com. Okay. Before we get to the Super Bowl and make our predictions, I couldn't wait to do our podcast because I know you haven't. We're texting. I've never seen a week, 10 days of trading. Trading Places never did as many trades between the Duke brothers and Eddie Murphy and Dan Aykroyd. First of all, we'll end with the Warriors. What my Lakers did, they gutted half the team. Dalton Neck is gone. 2 first-round draft picks are gone to get Mark Williams. But do you agree that the Luka Doncic trade for AD is one of the biggest trades in NBA history?
Absolutely. AD was gelling. He was in the zone. I think he averaged like 35 points in the last 7 games. And LeBron and him, they were the team along with a great bench. But it's it's so sad because there's all these players that are coming out saying that the Lakers, they traded me away. I thought I was a family. Rob Pelinka will be gone. Unfortunately, this guy's got to go because it's ridiculous. I mean, I love seeing LeBron and his son Bronny play together. That's amazing. Okay, Bronny's good. He's not great. He's not like it's going to be like his dad, but it's just like you never know. I mean, AD put in so much work. He was at the top of his game. He was in shape. But again, Luka is 26 years old. That's something to think about. But LeBron's going to retire in the next. He'll be back next year. Maybe that's it.
Well, jump in. I'm a Laker fan. I totally love what Pelinka did because the Lakers are one of the oldest teams in the league. 80's averaging 52 games a year with the Lakers, 82 games. So what you're doing is when you bring in Luka Doncic, who's arguably a top 10 player in this league, he's young. Mark Williams is 23, a 7-foot center who averages 16 points and 12 rebounds. He's one of the young top centers in the league. The Lakers are preparing for the future because, like you said, LeBron's gone in a year or two. Then you got nothing. So at least you got some youth in there. They did give away a lot of draft picks. Second, okay. You said, I agree with you. Jimmy Butler's a top 10 player, but does he have a 10-cent head? And can your buddy, Brad's very good friends audience with Steve Kerr, the coach of the Golden State Warriors. Is he the kind of guy that could get all the Draymonds and the Steph and the big egos together? Can he handle that?
He did it with KD and Steph and Thompson.
Klay Thompson.
Klay Thompson. He can do anything. He knows how. He was a player. 4 rings, 5 rings as a player, 4 rings as a coach. Players love him. I texted him a couple times and he said, "Yeah, Grunny, we'll see what happens." But he he couldn't talk about it before the trade was finalized. But I think Jimmy Butler. This is it for Jimmy Butler. This is it. If he doesn't shut his mouth, leave his ego at the door, then they're going to ship him off. He signed a 2-year extension for $145 million.
Unbelievable. Unbelievable.
I just signed an extension with Fatfish for $1.50.
And you got too much on that working with this idiot. Isn't it amazing? People talk about Mahomes makes $48 million. You're telling me that Jimmy Butler makes $70 million a year? He's making what Shohei Ohtani's making? Wow.
I mean,
that's a lot of money, dude. Good. I get it when you can. So
no, that I understand because he could get hurt the first game and it's over, blow out his knee. But Jimmy, you got to get along with all the players. Like with the Heat, he was screaming at the coach. They were down by like 40, and he's blaming the coach. They almost got in a fight. It's embarrassing. Pat Riley doesn't take that shit, and a guy who is not playing. You saw him in those games before they suspended him. He was playing like me. He was playing. He was not playing up to his ability. He was slow. He was throwing away the ball. I mean, it's like, Jimmy, You signed a contract to get out there and play at 120%. Jimmy,
Yeah.
listen, he doesn't need the money. Come on, right? He doesn't need the money. But the bottom line is, what a fool. He's going to go out as a joke. Now, if he wins a title for
Oh,
Golden State, that's another
yeah.
story.
This is all these moves. What the Lakers did was built for the future. Golden State's winning now. This is a now. Steph's
Yeah, yeah.
what, in his 30s? Draymond's in his 30s. Jimmy's in his 30s. These are older players. I wouldn't
But
be
here's
shocked if KD goes to Golden State. I know
no, 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 no. There's no
he's
more
not
trade.
going.
He's staying in Phoenix. Yeah.
They start.
Here's no. Here's the thing. Curry's 35. Okay. Draymond's 34. Okay. What is Jimmy Butler? Let me see. How old is Jimmy Butler?
He's been look it up. He's been in the league at least 10 years. I remember he played. He was great during the 2020 season in the bubble.
Oh God.
For Miami. He's how old is Jimmy Butler? Late 20s,
35.
early 30s.
He's 35.
There you go.
Yeah, these guys keep in shape. I mean, no one's like LeBron.
No,
He's 40 years old and he plays like he did when he was 18. I mean, maybe better. Oh my goodness. No one can stop him to the hoop. He hits the three like Curry. I mean, not like Curry. Curry's the greatest shooter in NBA history. But
right.
again, listen, your body doesn't come back. Even with massage and eating right, you're still 35 years old.
Right.
And LeBron's 40 years old. It's crazy. LeBron is a freak of nature. That's all I got to say. Okay.
Yeah. Well, Tom Brady at 43, 44, and 45 had his three best years statistically. Yeah. And you every once in a while, I mean, you remember there was a guy, we don't know, there's a guy, your dad, Jerry, and my dad saw him pitch. Satchel Paige, that played in the old Negro Leagues and in Major League Baseball. He pitched when he was 52 years old and was still throwing. Hoyt Wilhelm, we watched him play. Well, you're too young, you're 38. Hoyt Wilhelm was 52 and still throwing a knuckleball in the 70s. Every once in a while, you get a guy that has generational talent at an older age. Like your ass to open up this show is generational talent. It's funny.
Yeah.
Your ass it looks like a baby's ass. It was so great. It doesn't have any stubble on it. Doesn't have a mole. Doesn't have a pimple. All right, the Super Bowl. Before we make our predictions,
Before you go on, there's one other guy that played into his 40s, John Holmes, the porno star. I don't know if you know that.
Oh.
He had his game going at like 42. I met him at this. Oh, crazy. So I'm at a movie with my friend at the time, and we're watching his new porno. And we're in this theater in Hollywood, and all these guys were around us. It was packed. I was like, all of a sudden, he comes out as this king, and he pulls down his pants, and who's the court jester? One of those guys. He goes down on his knees. It was his first gay film, and I'm going, wow. We got up and left, but again, not that there's anything wrong with that. Okay, a Seinfeld line. But he was next door reading Variety at this cafe. So we went in and we got his autograph. He was really nice. He was, he was going to do a Q&A after the movie, why he switched teams and all this stuff. But he wrote an autograph to my sister. He goes, Tiffany, I hope it still hurts. John Holmes.
Oh, no.
Isn't that
great? That's great. Yeah. Oh, does Tiffany still have it?
Yeah, it's under my pillow.
Your pillow.
Yeah. No. It was my sister laughed at the time, but yeah, real nice guy. But but he was involved in that Wonderland Murders thing. I don't remember that back when.
Sure, I remember the movie. Yeah. Didn't Val Kilmer play him?
Yeah. Exactly.
Yeah, Val Kilmer, who's thank God he's beaten throat cancer. Plays him. Yeah. He plays Doc Holliday. He plays Jim Morrison. Talk about a guy that really has an array.
And then he's in Top Gun. He was unbelievable. Yeah. They put him in Top Gun, but he is. I mean, thank God he beat it. But God,
real quick before we get to the Super Bowl, I just read an article in Variety that they're doing Top Gun 3. I know you love Tom Cruise. Miles Teller, who's in great actor. He's in Top Gun 2. Told Tom Cruise, I need 6 months to get my body in shape to compete because Tom Cruise is in such, this guy, you talk story. Tom Cruise is in such great shape that Miles Teller, Tom Cruise is my age. He's got to be 62 or 63. I'm 64. Miles Teller's in his 30s, and he tells Tom Cruise, I need 6 months to train so we can
Yep.
do this film. What a testament to Cruz, right?
Testament to Cruz, but testament to Teller. He could just walk through it, with his dad body or whatever. But no, he takes his craft very seriously, gets in the gym to play that part. And he's such an asshole. It's so good. He was in number 2, Top Gun 2, and he was fantastic. Yeah, great actor. I heard he's a really, really solid guy too.
Yeah, I heard one of my buddies was a PA on the movie called War Dogs with him and Jonah Hill, and he said that Keller was such a huge. And we'll get into this. He's a huge Eagles fan, so we're going to segue into that. Him and Bradley Cooper, another great actor, are the biggest Eagles fans. So I got 3 memes and 2 videos, all quick, and then we're going to do our predictions. Okay, first of all, you keep going in and out. Are you hearing me? Your
I
screen
hear
keeps
you
going
fine.
out.
Fine. What do you got?
Okay, good.
Spilkus? What's wrong with
Here we go. Read this.
Patrick Mahomes preparing the night before the AFC Championship game? Oh, he's hugging the refs. Oh my God. Yeah. That was. Let me tell you something. The fix was on there. I mean, some of those calls, not 1, not 2, not 3, not 4. And it should go both ways, and it did in a way, but still, something
talked about
stinks
that
in Philadelphia, right?
Something stinks in Philadelphia. Great show. Now, last night was the NFL awards, their Academy Awards. Josh Allen wins MVP, Rookie of the Year. Jaden Daniels, Joe Burrow, Comeback Player of the Year. Kevin O'Connell, the Vikings Coach of the Year. But the star on the red carpet. This is Bill Belichick and his girlfriend. She's 24 years old. Check this.
Wow.
She's gorgeous. Now,
that
looks like? That looks like a father. That looks like a page.
Father and his
You know,
daughter.
a page escorting someone on the red carpet at the Academy Awards. I mean, come on, Bill. Bill's 72. What is she doing with him?
Here's the thing. She married him not for his personality. The guy has no personality. Right? I mean, one of the greatest coaches in history, but in those press conferences, it's yes, no,
milk toast.
Yes, no. And she was a cheerleader with the New England Patriots. Look at that couple. Isn't that great? She's 30s. He's 72.
24. No, 24 years old.
Oh, she's 24. I'm sorry.
Yeah, she's a baby.
What do you think they have in common?
I think what they have in common is he's got a little bit of the John Holmes you just talked about in him, because that's it. He's still playing in his 70s because, I mean, he's so wealthy. He's got businesses that are making a ton of money. Yeah. She loves him. He's so fun, and he's so this and that. He's a fun guy, I guess. But I mean, look, I don't know. Let me ask you this. This is a horrible thing to say. If that's just an average Joe, that's a guy who makes $48,000 a year as an assistant manager at Home Depot. Is she with him at 72? No. No.
Right.
So, anyways, I found a picture of your dad.
I'm dating Bill Belichick, one of the greatest coach in history. He has no personality, but he's on the short side. So God makes you short, long, and loved, like you. You are, I tower over you when I see you, but I give you hugs and kisses because I love you. You're my brother. But again, God says, I made you short. But you know what? I'm going to put something large in your pantalones.
Pantalones. I got 2 videos. One is kind of controversial, and one is just 2 guys at the media day for the Eagles dancing. Watch.
Get wide for me, guys. Give me the cannon. Give me the stage.
This is fucking fantastic.
After this, Jay Glazer is a friend of mine because he married the most beautiful girl, Rosie Tennyson. They're twins. Her and her sister was in Playboy magazine. And Rosie and I worked together before. She was a waitress at a club called the Hollywood Tropicana. Just a waitress, but she could have danced, but that's not for her. She is just so sweet. As beautiful as she is nicer in person and has a huge heart. Isn't that funny? Do you love Fox? It's been 30 years, Fox Sports, Fox Football.
Yeah, I love it. 1994. They're the first. Fox Sports in 1994 First of all, they hired Madden and Summerall real quick for our next video away from
Yeah.
CBS. Huge. And they were the first ones to put the box in the top with the scores. When we were
Oh,
kids, you
yes,
never knew what the
right,
score was unless
right.
Dick Gamberg told you. So they had the box with the time. So they were a little
Yeah.
bit ahead of their time. It was Rupert Murdoch, and the guy that produced all those games was David Hill. David Hill was the
Hi,
guy that
David Hill.
produced. Yeah.
I
Did you
told the
ever
audience. Yeah, I told the
did
audience
you
I
ever
was a
get him in the
waiter.
commissary? Did you ever get those guys coming in when
Yeah,
they're
yeah. I was a waiter in the commissary for 4 years, and yeah, I remember those days. They used to come in. David Hill, of course, Rupert Murdoch. I waited on them, and a lot of other people. But yeah, oh my goodness! And they built a building from scratch just for sports, Fox Sports, and it's still there today. That's where they do, the pregame shows and all that. Oh, and then they go out on the outside field, with Gronk and all those guys, and they throw the ball like football, but like a football field, and they goof. What's amazing? TNT with Barkley and Shaq and Kenny Smith and Ernie are fantastic because they bring humor into it. It's not all about numbers and plays and all that. And then they
right?
make fun of each other. They roll around together. Same thing with Fox Sports. Gronk and Terry Bradshaw get into it. They all get into it. I don't know if what's his name from Dallas Cowboys, the coach? Is he still on there?
Jimmy Johnson, Michael
Yeah,
Strahan, Howie
yeah,
Long,
yeah.
Gronk,
Oh, Harry
Terry
Long's great.
Bradshaw's a riot. Kurt Menefee does a great job. Imagine hosting all those egos and stuff
Oh my
like
God.
that. Wow.
And what's interesting, Fish? What's interesting? Everybody thinks, and this show that I told you about called Wingman, it's so good. Where I hang out with a sports star, rock star, actor,
Right.
go everywhere with them. I shadow them, and I did it with Sam Perkins, the pilot, and everybody thought he was just a pot smoking basketball player for North Carolina and the Lakers. He was hilarious. I
He was
didn't
a
even
fun.
give him lines. I mean, I gave him a few premises, but he went with it. Oh my goodness, he was so
I
good.
know, Brad. I was on the set. I was in a scene. Remember? Hi.
No, it was a guy that looked like you. Oh, that was you. Oh my God, I didn't recognize you. God, you've gotten old.
Well, before we
You've
get to
gotten
this
so
next video,
old.
because Brad and I met for our new audience in 1992. My family owned a bar called Mom's Saloon. He said, "Hey, and our buddy John Hyatt's producing the scene that Brad came up called the Johnny Cocktails Hour, which he just described, the wingman. And Sam Perkins is a major star with the Lakers, and he invades his life. Well, Brad wanted to use Mom's Saloon for the interiors, and I said, on one condition. I went to my uncle's and I said, one condition. I said, what? Can I be in a scene? And I thought he was going to say, fuck, are you kidding me? No. So he puts me in a scene, which is a remake of the All American Burger scene from Fast Times at Ridgemont High. And me and Sam Perkins are high as a kite with these two girls that Brad picked off the street. He got them off of San Vicente. Remember the two girls that were in that scene? Where'd you find those girls
Yeah,
between you and
Lisa
me?
Starr and her friend. Yeah, they were buddies of mine. And I said, would you walk into All American Burger, which is now a Starbucks, right near my junior
Yeah,
high? It was like one of the last In-N-Out burgers. I'm sorry,
sure.
All American Burgers. See my mind? It's still on In-N-Out Burger. Oh my God.
I don't blame you. It's a great.
Uh,
So
yeah.
go ahead. So there's this
Oh no,
big
but
controversy right now. Go ahead.
well, here's the thing. We dressed up Sam Perkins as Spicoli with OP
So
shorts and a blonde wig, and he was phenomenal. We have to show some of that on
I need
Fatfish.
that. I'll get that scene because I'm shirtless and you walk up and said, "Hey, Spicoli, no shirts." We see the movie because it's a classic. And I
It's so
put it
good.
on, and I have one line, and I give Perkins a high five, and you just see my eyes are just,
Oh God,
your makeup person sprayed shit in my eyes, so I'd be like this because
you were so
it
good.
was great. They spray some shit like mace in my eyes, and they're puffy. Oh, it was great. I was so excited. I go home to my wife, Max. My son is a year old. I said, "Oh my God, I just did this thing. I swear to God, this Fox is gonna buy this thing. I'm gonna be a star." And my wife goes, yeah, sure. Go do the laundry."
Take out the garbage cans. Oh God, that's funny. No, we had a great
Let's
time.
one last video, and then I want to talk to you about we'll
Sure.
do the predictions and get on some good stuff about the business. Unfortunately, there's another controversy in the NFL, kind of similar to what Deshaun Watson did with Justin Tucker, that 10 women came out and accused him of doing some unscrupulous maneuvers while he's getting a massage. Well, we at Fatfish have a breaking news video to show you what really happened with Justin Tucker. Here we go, live on Fatfish.
You can hear it as it's going up and down. It's whipping up the cream. And that's what you do. You whip the cream until you get whipped cream, which you can tell because it gets really stiff.
Is that Martha Stewart? Is that Martha Stewart?
I don't know what that is. It gets really stiff. And they put it on. Oh, that poor bastard. Not poor bastard. That.
Wait, do you think that Justin Tucker's Johnson's that big?
By the way, if he's using that, if that's the woman that he asked for a handy from, I'd be paying her a lot of money not to sue me. I just can't get out. You know what? You better be with Robert Kraft, not me. Oh yeah, he already got busted. Yeah. So.
Oh my God! Listen, you might see somebody on TV or in the movies or on the news or on the field. Everybody's got a little dark side. Everybody does some stuff maybe they shouldn't do. But again, getting a massage, and usually the girls are horrible masseuses, but they make money at the end for a happy ending. Not that I've ever been to a massage parlor. And, they never. Me? A strip club? Never.
Me?
Not me. I'm always in synagogue. But no, listen, things happen, and that's that. I mean, you never think the person who's on stage or on screen is the person in real life. By the way, everybody makes mistakes, and guess what? You say, "I'm sorry, I'll never do it again," and move on, right?
Yeah, that's true. That's real life. But when you're a celebrity, and okay, these places. Brad has a whole listing. Go to fishgrunny1@gmail.com of every, my new word, unscrupulous massage parlor. They can be called Jade West with different letters from different countries. Then there's the massage envies. There's the places that are legitimate.
How do you know so much about massage parlors?
Because there's a ton of them in Vegas. My God, you're going to live here soon. Get used to it. There could be one in your building you're living in. Who knows? It's Vegas. So that being said, when you go to a massage envy or one of these places that's legitimate, you don't ask for it. When you get a massage in a place that's a little bit sketchy, they run it. They'll let you know, and then Brad, tell them how it works. But
you walk in and you play stupid, and they go, "Is this Domino's Pizza?" No. This is Korean massage. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm sorry to bother you. And I turn around. They go, wait. You want a massage? I go, yeah. What the hell? I'll have a massage. And usually it's a really good massage with a lucky finish, if you know what I mean.
I heard it's different. I heard you get a massage, and then at the end they said, "Would you like something more?" And you have to say, "What?" We'll turn on your back, and it's $60 more. And
wait, you heard this, or you?
I heard this. Well, I'm going from a source. I have a great source. Anyways,
oh my God.
It's sad that
I just went to visit friends because I love the Asian sensation.
Oh, Tom, that's so racial. Come on, you're better than that, Asian sensation.
Can I ask you a question? What the fuck is wrong with you? That's what I use that all the time. 2 Asian girls, not just girls in massage parlors in life. Asian women are the most beautiful thing in the world. What's wrong with you?
You don't like Russian girls?
That's not racist.
You don't like Russians?
What?
You don't like Russians or Arabic women? Or
I like them all.
Anymore?
Listen to me, buddy. I like the rainbow of life. I like a
all right.
You name it. If they're nice, I love them. Okay. If they're assholes, like the people above me right now, what are they doing now? That's life. But if you can be an asshole in any race, any color, right?
Right.
Look at you.
Absolutely.
I don't even know why I'm on this fucking show. Because I love it.
Why? Because you need something to do before you go out and figure out where you're going to eat. That's it. This builds your appetite because you get pissed off at me. I work you up. We get excited. We have great dialogue, great conversation. And you can catch the Fat Bitch podcast on Facebook Live, YouTube, DBTV, Roku, and Podbean.com. We love our listeners. I threw some new TikTok ones of Brad that were great. It said Fish 6134. Thanks to Shucks Tavern and Johnny Cocktails Entertainment.
Oh,
None of what we say is indicative of those companies. It's our own opinions. Brad, you go first. Who do you like in the Super Bowl this Sunday?
well, here's the thing. Before I start doing that, I want to talk about Chuck's Tavern because I've come to see you, Graveyard, a lot. It is so good. I mean,
Thank you.
this place, from the food to the atmosphere to the other patrons, just this graveyard bartender, is kind of a loser. He never stops talking. Oh, that's you. Yeah. But oh my God, the best sports bar in Las Vegas. If you go to Las Vegas, you go to Shucks Tavern. 24 hours. They're open, gaming, everything. Great TVs, great
We
band,
packed.
bartender.
Packed.
Oy, oy.
Packed for the Super Bowl. I'm gonna go and get some pictures. I'm gonna go for the first half of the Super Bowl
Okay.
because my boss and the assistant manager are both big Eagles fans. Not bandwagoners, Eagles fans since I've known them. So, and then I'll come home in the second half and I'll hang out with the family because but it's gonna be packed and it's you know it, Brad. If you go to
Oh,
Busby's, you talk
yeah.
about Busby's and Brad sent me some great videos. Imagine that joint this Sunday.
Oh,
Forget it.
one of my high school buddies wanted me to meet me there. I go, no, I'm going to watch it with my dad. I mean, the week I was there 2 weeks ago, I had to get there at 10:15 a.m. for the first game, the Philly game against Washington. Within 10 minutes, okay, I was outside for a half an hour waiting in line with all these Buffalo fans. It was packed. I got my table because Mike Hamilton, not Brad Hamilton from
I
Fast
think you're
Times
gonna say that.
at High. He's the best manager, best guy. He saved my table. So it was incredible, great service, incredible food. And I had about 4 or 5 buddies meet me there, and we had just a great time. Oh my goodness, it was
It's
fantastic.
the
Yeah.
sports bar and even Mom's Saloon where I met you. Great sports bar. Oh my God! On Sundays,
Oh gosh.
when we didn't have the satellite dishes back then, but still, when the Raiders were on the road because they didn't show home games, you couldn't get a spot. And Mom's was a big joint, man, and we had TVs everywhere. UCLA games. I mean, the
Yeah.
sports bar culture is great and was really big when you and I grew up, and it's still there. Like you said, Busby's is big. I'm sure there's other sports bars in around the LA area,
Mm.
and there's every bar in Vegas does great. We're gonna have a great time on Sunday, and I hope it's a good game because that's it for the next 8 months. Give me your prediction: Kansas City or Philly, and the score.
Kansas City. I mean, Mahomes is if Mahomes is on his game, it's going to be very close. But I think Saquon Barkley is going to run for 200 yards. I
What?
think I'm going to
Wow.
tell you. I just believe he's going to run and run and run, and he's the X factor. I'm going to take Philly plus the points, but again, Philly's going to win outright. I say Philly.
One and a half.
What about you?
It's according to this guy we're gonna have some good. According to that guy right there,
Oh
that
my
is
goodness!
Ryan Bender, sports betting. Oh Canada, my home and native land. Um, he's laid it. I talked to him on. He was recently on our podcast. A wonderful prognosticator, one of the top guys in Canada. He's got a 1.5, which is really an even spread. The Chiefs favorite, so I got to go with him. I might get some prop bets, and I'll put it on Fish Grunny one. Right now, Ryan's working his ass off. I'll have more with Ryan in the next couple of weeks. That's something
Yeah,
great
that's going
happening
to
with Fat
be
Fish.
that's going to be a mitzvah. I met Ryan on social. He saw me in a movie called Robin Hood Men in Tights, and it was one of his favorite movies. And he reached out because I have a great scene with Dick Van Patten. He's walking
Van
down.
Patten.
He's playing the Abbot, and he walks down, and people go, "Good morning, Abbott." And then he looks, "Good morning." And then the lady says, "Good morning, Abbott. Good morning." And then he gets to me, "Hey, Abbott." And he goes,
Oh, like
"I hate that guy." So he reached out to me. We become dear friends, and we're very close to announcing something very special. Another podcast. He's going to be the star of it. It's going to be called, hopefully, On a Bender, and we're going to have that once a week too. Hopefully, that comes to fruition. We'll see what happens. But Ryan is a friend for life. He's just a great guy,
and a friend
great
of
husband, great father.
he loves you, a friend of the show, and he's a great prognosticator. I looked at some of his master sheets, and it's a perfect name for a show, On a Bender. That being said, let me go. You always said one thing you've always said about acting: when you work with Larry David, you have to bring your A game. Philly has to bring their A game because they cannot make any mistakes against the Kansas City Chiefs because Mahomes is good. You don't bet against Mahomes. I'm going to go with my heart, which you never do as a gambler, and my head. I'm going with Philly also because, one, I hate the Chiefs. I'm a Raider fan, okay? You're a
Right.
Warrior fan. You're not no Warrior fans
I
root
like
for
the
the Lakers
Lakers
or the
too,
Suns.
but I like because of Steve Kerr. I like the Golden State Warriors.
Yeah, but you're okay. But you're a Warrior fan. You know what I'm saying. A Raider fan can't
Yeah,
root
yeah,
for the
yeah.
Chiefs.
Uh-huh.
I
Yeah.
got
Are you,
believe it or
wait,
not,
are
I
you,
think.
wait, let me ask you this. Are you excited about Pete Carroll as the new coach?
Yeah, but we'll get to that. Let me get to my score. I think the Eagles win 27-17. I think it's a 10-point spread. I think they're gonna number one
Wow.
defense in the league. They're gonna find a way to stop Mahomes, and they're doing enough with Saquon and Jalen Hurts to win the game. It'll be a good game, and I'm excited about Pete Carroll. I'm more excited about Chip Kelly. Chip Kelly left Ohio State, took him to a national championship as the OC, offensive coordinator. He comes to the Raiders. The Raiders are building a really good staff, but we've heard this before. Now you
Yeah.
got to get a quarterback, and we'll see what happens. So I'm excited about the moves the Raiders are making. We have people in the Raider organization that watch this podcast, but mainly listen. So maybe that's down in the future. But for everyone that is, Gabriel Ruelas, if you're listening,
Gabriel, I'll take you out on the town.
Brad and I are very excited about the moves of the Raiders, and there's a new oomph of energy. Pete Carroll is just such an energetic guy, and he's a breath of fresh air. We'll see. I mean, look, after Sunday, there's no football for 8 months. So
Yeah, we'll see what. Listen, it's a game of inches. It's momentum. It's moments in time. Because if Mahomes is not on his game and he's got one of his ankles, he's hurt. If something, if a left or right end comes around and cleans his clock, I don't know who the backup is. Who is the backup? But he's
Carson Wentz,
that's
who
right.
quarterback for Philadelphia the year they went to the Super Bowl with Nick Foles. He got injured. He got a ring from that. So there's a little bit of drama there. And the backup quarterback for Philly is Kenny Pickett, who was a first-round pick of Pittsburgh, and he got cut last year. He got in a fight with Mike, well, not fist fight, but an argument with Mike Tomlin. Now he's got a chance to win a ring. There's always drama. I mean, the
Yeah,
Saquon Barkley story is great. The Giants cut him, and he goes to a division rival. He's
yeah.
45 yards away. He's 45 yards away from breaking Terrell Davis's record of the most yards in a season and postseason. Terrell
Wow.
Davis, the great running back of the Denver Broncos. So,
Yeah.
I'm a little pissed off about the Hall of Fame. The Hall of Fame came out, and I love Eric Allen and Sterling Sharp and Jared Allen and Antonio Gates. But the fact that Eli Manning didn't get in is a travesty. I don't understand. This guy has so many records, and he beat. I mean,
Is he
my
done?
question to you, Brad, my question to you is, are you pissed off like I am that in every sport that has a Hall of Fame, the writers, the beat writers are the ones that decide it? Is that cool?
No, fans should have a part in that. Fans
Okay,
should
good.
have a part in it because the fans go to the Hall of Fame in Canton, Ohio. They go there.
Right.
They love the fans really write the check in acting or anything, sports, for the player. That's the whole thing. If there's no fans, there's no money. Okay, so they should have a little part in that. They should change. They've changed a lot of things, the rules, and like the kickoff. It I mean, it's strange. They never run it back hardly. Sometimes they do. Punts they do, but it's just weird about what is it? Is the kickoff from the 35? Is that why they kick it
Well,
in
I
the
like it because there have been more kickoffs, but the NFL
yeah.
did something this because of that. Concussions are down 17% from the year
Oh,
before and before. Concussions are way down. Can I segue to the entertainment industry? I've always wanted, since we're in that same,
absolutely not.
I want to talk to you because you would know this. The Academy Awards. So, who is the Academy? Who makes up the members of the Academy? Because they're the ones when the 5 nominations come in for Best Picture, Actor. They're the ones who decide who wins it. Is it you're because you've been so honest with your dislike of Kevin Kline and Harry Hamlin being shitty tippers and assholes at the Fox commissary. But so you have a good you're always an honest guy when it comes to this. What makes up the Academy? Is it fixed? Because who are these Academy members, and why would they? How come there's no vote from us about who the best actor is? Same thing,
That's
right? We watch the movies.
well, there's okay, Golden Globes is around the world. The voting is from around the world. But then there was another award show. It's just the fans. They vote for their favorite actor, actress, TV show, reality show, all that stuff. It was
Molly.
on CBS. I forgot the name, but yeah, I mean, it's an actor that has put in a certain amount of hours as an actor, certain amount of years. A buddy of mine is part of the Emmy voting. He's been an actor. His name is David Paris, and great actor, really funny guy. I'm not into voting. I'm not really in, you see some of this is on the fix. You'll say, what? They lost? They were amazing. They lost 150 pounds for the role. Oh my God. Like, just like you said about Miles Teller, that needs to be a reboot on that, because some of these people who are voting probably don't even act anymore. I mean, they're retired or something. I just think when it really comes to it, who is the best actor? What is the best movie? Some of these, I don't even know some of these movies, they're now streaming. And that's the one thing Spielberg, J.J. Abrams, and all these guys have said. You got to go to the theaters. Those movies, we remember before COVID, we all used to go to the theaters, and it used to be a fun experience. Popcorn, the bells and whistles in the theater. It was just a special time, and you come out of there, you're like, wow, that was amazing. But now people can watch it on Netflix or on their phone. It's just not the same experience. And
Well,
to answer your question,
my
I don't
question
even
to you,
know.
Brad.
Yeah, I know the question. Let me finish the question. Here it is. I don't know what the Academy is, the makeup of the Academy. I have no idea. It's all the big stars, but there's other stars. There's no background artists, which are wonderful, but they're, actors, they're character actors, stuff like that. But I think it's a different time. We got to, change that to really make it special. So when somebody gets up there and holds the Oscar, it means something. Some of these people that, are you all right? What are you doing there? You okay?
Yeah,
Did you
I'm
just
fine.
burp? Did you burp?
No,
Or
no.
did you
Good.
did you go poo poo in your pants like I just did?
Oh, God.
Okay. Listen, you're in a bad mood today, but I love you.
I'm in a great
So
mood. Leave the
are
funny
you
lines to me, please.
okay? Maybe you take over the funny right now. Here's the thing. The question is, I don't know who's who. Okay, because you see some of these actors and they have the pic. In the Academy Awards, they have a picture on each nominee. And then when Eric Fish Snyder wins, they're like, what? They couldn't believe it, So who knows? It's on the fix. It's all about making money. And remember, my 12th grade English teacher, Walt Gardner, always told me, follow the money trail. It's true.
You're right, but are you of the adage?
What?
Do you agree with Tom? Do you agree with Tom Hanks that says when you're there, we don't look at it. Yeah, you want to win, but once you get nominated, you won. I like that.
That's true.
You agree with that? Yeah. If you're one of the 5
Absolutely.
best pictures, 5 directors, all that crap, 5 actors, you're one of the 5 best actors that they think that. So who decides so the Academy decides, there's so many performances and so many films. And so the Academy decides who the 5 best performances are and the 5 best pictures. There's not an independent, there's not a producers union that jumps in. Does J.J. Abrams, a good friend of your family, does he get a say in that? Does Spielberg?
Well, he's a director, a producer. He's acted a little bit. Yeah, I think he's in the Academy. I do. Well,
Okay.
there's no directors academy, but I think he does. I think he's amazing.
Okay.
Yeah, he knows good from bad, all that stuff. But he's just an amazing guy who tells the truth.
Yeah.
Anything I've done with him, I'm on the editing room floor. No, I'm kidding. Excuse me. I was in Undercovers. He was way ahead of his time. 2 African American leads in a TV show, never been done before. I mean, it has. Jefferson's, Good Times and stuff. But recently they just didn't want to take that chance. And he did way before now, which is wonderful for all my friends. It's all about diversity,
Good.
Yeah, no, it's
It should
fantastic.
be. There's so many great.
Life's a rainbow.
The richest actor and actresses in the world are not what you think. It's called Bollywood. I read an article in Variety. It's an Indian actor and an Indian actress, because the film industry in India is huge. And I
Oh,
forgot the guy's name and the lady's name, but look, it's nice to see. Um, I don't want to be Debbie Downer here, but a lot of my friends
please, nothing will
are still out
change.
of work. They're still out of work, and
Oh,
everyone told me 2025 by February there'll be a lot of production in this fucking. And I know the fires stopped it, but the fires didn't hit any studios. Okay,
right,
what's
right.
going on? What's your take?
Well, after the strike, even before the strike, show business was on life support. Okay. These
Jesus.
executives, these people that run these studios, they don't even know what they're doing. This is the only thing they're doing now. Reboots on TV shows, sequels to movies. Like Adam Sandler, it's so excited. Happy Gilmore 2 is coming out this year, I think in April. Oh, I can't wait to see it. I saw the trailer, and Travis Kelce's in it as the bellhop. I mean, I was crying. Sandler's an amazing guy. He uses all of his friends all the time, puts money in their pocket, above the line and below the line, and he goes like Jack Nicholson, Al Pacino that he did a movie with. Everybody loves Sandler, so it's about the money to a point, but people want to work with Adam because he's a great actor. Uncut Gems. Did you see that movie, Uncut Gems? It was so good. He was up for Golden
My
Globe.
three, yeah, well, my three favorite Adam Sandler movies is that one, Reign Over Me, and Punch Love Drunk.
Oh,
His Adam Sandler is a dramatic actor. He's an Academy Award winning actor. Steve Carell, we talked about this on past podcasts. Steve
yeah.
Carell, Candy. Candy wasn't all, John Candy
Oh,
wasn't all planes, trains, and automobiles. There was a lot of drama, and the biggest tear jerking scene, one of America in history, film, he was a
yeah.
part of. And we talk about Seth Rogen's turned into a great. Seth Rogen is a really good dramatic actor right now. He was tremendous in boy, talk about a penis. The Pam and Tommy thing with Sebastian Stan and
Oh,
Margot Robbie. I believe it was she. No, it wasn't her. The Samantha. God damn it. Um, the miniseries and Seth Rogen. You get the million guys. Steve Carell, Will Ferrell with Paul Rudd, where he plays the guy that's schizophrenic.
uh-huh.
So
How about
and look
Step
at you.
Brothers? How about Brothers
But that was a
with
funny movie. That was
no,
funny.
no, no. I know, but what I'm saying is, I don't know if you know this, but comic actors are better dramatic actors. That dramatic actors can't do comedy. Comedy is the hardest thing to do. It's about beats. It's about technique. Uh, like that's the thing about Larry David. How I got the role as Jonas the Roofer guy is
Jonas the Roofer
you,
guy.
they give you a premise and you go, and that's something that I do well. I was gifted when I was 5 years old. I made fun of my friends in the back of the room, and always got in trouble with the teacher. Bradley, please quiet down. Oh, again, Bradley. Okay, principal. you know but I like making people. I love to this day. I still love making people laugh, and I think I'm
Well,
better than I've been.
what's an homage to you? Brad graduated from the great University High in West LA, and they always name a building or a room after one of their famous alumni. Well, Brad, I just thought about this. Brad's got a room. It's called the Bradley Grumberg Detention Hall
No,
because
even
he
better.
spent
They
more
named it.
time in detention.
Leave the funny to me.
I think the
Let
movie.
me
I
now
think the
do my
movie.
line. Let me do my line. They named the cafeteria after me.
No, that's easy. That's every school.
Yeah, but the other
That's
joke that you used about the detention was terrible.
No, it
Anyway,
wasn't because you were in. They made Breakfast Club on you. Brad. How much time did you spend in detention? Come on, how many times did you go?
you
Did
know why I
Grumberg get
didn't.
out of here? Go to detention. You probably fuck you. You probably learned how to be a Lyft driver by driving the goddamn detention hall guy, whoever the teacher was, just to kiss his ass to get out of detention.
No,
Oh,
I
I
got
got a
out of.
car. I'm 16.
Yeah. Is it okay if I finish my thought? Anyway,
The cafeteria.
are you done yet? Okay. I always got out of detention because I killed them with laughter. They go, Bradley, get up. I go, yes, 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 Mr. Jones. Time for you to go to detention. And the principals, I go, but you look great today. Look, guys, girls, look at Mr. Jones. You look great, Jones. This outfit, the tight T-shirt. oh my God, your bleach blonde hair, you could have been an actor. And then he goes, all right, sit down. I always use my
That worked.
comedy. Well, it's better
That
than your
worked.
joke and your joke about
I don't
5
know,
seconds.
Brad. I never got the attention. I was a good kid, you know. I
Yeah,
was a jock.
tell us quickly. Not don't take 15 minutes to tell this and answer this. You were a straight A student at Grand High. Is
No,
that what you were? Okay.
no, I wasn't straight A. I
A's and
graduated
B's.
a 3.5, 3 point, straight A's is
That's
8, 4.0.
fine.
I was 3.6. I
What
was a
about it? What about University of Texas? 4 years.
3.4.
Jesus. At University of Arizona, I was Jeff Spicoli, one of my teachers. I did the final my senior year, and I knew that I didn't study. I told him I had bad Chinese. I was on the toilet all night. Sorry, Mr. Williams, do you think I'll pass your class? And he turns around to me, he goes, Grunberg, I have a feeling you're going to squeak by. Yeah. And my parents were flying in for commencements. You take the final, you go through commencements, and then you get your report card. And if you fail, you're in big trouble because you got to go back and take that class again. I don't even know how I graduated.
I see a different. I see a different.
Can I finish my thought?
Yeah.
Yeah. Let me finish my thought. I don't condone cheating, but I cheated my way through college. Anyway, okay.
If you're not cheating, you're not trying. That's what Al Davis said, the great owner of the Raiders. Right, Gabriel
Win,
Rose?
baby, win.
Just win, baby. I have you more down as the great scene from Animal House when Dean Wormer says to John Belushi, he goes, John Blutarski, 0.00 grade point average. Congratulations. Yeah,
And then
that's
they
you.
pan back to him, and he has the pencils in his nose.
Oh, that's the first thing. Yeah.
That is
That
such a good
movie.
movie.
It is.
Can
Were you in a
imagine-
fraternity in college? Were you in a fraternity?
Yeah, I was in. Okay, my fraternity world goes like this. So there was an unbelievable fraternity named Sig Ep. That's where all the preppies went, good-looking guys. So I go through Rush, and they go, "We want you." I go, "You want me?" They go, "Yeah, we need a funny fat guy." So I joined them. My buddy Michael Cohen, he says, "Are you going to join?" Because ZBT just came back on campus. They got thrown off for various things. And I go, no, Mike, I love you guys. I love hanging out with the Jews because I'm a Jew, but I'm going to go with something else because I want to diversify. He goes, what? He goes, don't worry. Good luck. You'll be back. I go, what are you talking about? And he goes, remember what I said. So I joined SIGEP and I was going through pledgeship, Hell Week. And all of a sudden it was like a lunch at the house at SIGEP, which was right next to AE Pi, another Jewish fraternity. But now all these Jewish fraternities are just fraternities. Okay, there are Jewish guys, but there's everybody, every walk of life, which is better. And so one of my pledge brothers, he was up on this wall in the backyard, and in Arizona there are these Jew bugs, these big black bees. So to get attention, this kid goes like this. And he takes the bee in front of all the brothers and he puts it in his mouth and starts eating it. He swallowed it. And everybody went wild. I took off my pledge pin and I handed it to a senior brother. He goes, where you going, Grunny? I go, I don't think this is for me. So then the next semester, I joined ZBT and my buddy Michael Cohen goes, I told you so. And I was there my sophomore year. My sophomore year, my junior year, and my senior year. I was Rush chairman. Damn glad to meet you. Let's go get some free.
Eric Stratton. Well, let me jump in on that one because you said they wanted a funny fat guy. That's what I said when I wanted to do this podcast. So things happen 40 years later.
Finally,
I got a funny fat guy. So just in the future, maybe on the bender. We got a couple next week. It looked good. It's maybe next week after. We're gonna have Nikki Hatfield on. I had her on a podcast before. Right. Excellent bartender, fleggling writer, poet.
Oh, good.
So you could talk to her about that, and then she's a single mom and great. And then we got we're gonna have Bobby Owens and Nolan Rudd on, and they run something that was very big in LA when we were kids is motocross and Indian Dunes and mini bikes and everybody. You have friends that have mini bikes, and they're gonna sponsor a team, and they're getting a whole tour together. So They want us to maybe those two schmucks shout them out. Why not? We're expanding our horizons. The Raiders want us, we'll be there. If we're on a bender, we'll be there. If you want us to do man, imagine grunting on a motorcycle. How great was that?
Oh, that's scary. Do you think we could find a seat to hold me?
Yeah. You lost weight.
I know.
You look
By
good.
the way, we have another guest coming on. His name is Michael Peikoff. Let me show you his book. He see this book here?
Yeah.
It's about
I can't see it. Smart man wouldn't have thought of that.
Yeah, it's the number one on Amazon. You should get it. It's a quick read. It's probably about 35 pages.
Oh, that's up your alley.
I'm having lunch with him today. Guess where? Stanley's. Remember that restaurant, Stanley's on Ventura? Now it's on.
I don't think it's there. Is it still there?
No, it moved. It moved from Ventura in Sherman Oaks to Van Nuys or Sherman Oaks, a couple blocks away. It's still the best restaurant. Incredible food.
Place. Oh my God!
And all the waiters have been there 30 years. Remember that place, right? You remember?
Yeah, it was on Woodman and Ventura Boulevard. Exactly where it was.
Exactly. Now it's on Beverly Glen and Ventura.
Beautiful.
Yeah, it's really good. So shout out. We're gonna have Michael Peikoff on with the illustrator who did all the big time illustrator. This guy. He met him at Sony. He's in PR. And do you believe this? If you're good in life, things happen to you. That's good karma being good. Other doors open in your life. So he hasn't seen that guy his name is Fred Bode. And Fred, he hadn't seen in maybe 25 years. He reached out. He wanted him to do the illustration for his book. The guy said, "You were so good to me back in the day. I'll do it for free."
Awesome.
What?
Awesome.
Isn't that cool?
Right. So Monday comes.
Oh, that got a lot of emotion out of you.
No, I think that's great. So like you, I haven't seen you in 30 years, and it happens. Yeah, you were good to me back then. So that's part of life, man. You remember the people that are good to you, and if you can pay back, you pay back. All I have to say, because we have a couple minutes, I'm going to show you the last meme and segue by saying, for people like me, Monday is brutal because you go through an incomplete depression because there's no football for 8 months. But I found this. Look at some of these girls that are, look at this guy's face now. Look at some of these girls that are on the USA volleyball team. I'm not shitting you. Look at that.
Oh,
yeah.
God.
Yeah.
How are they allowed to wear that?
Well, I'll tell you what, that's a volleyball team. They're allowed to wear that, Why do you think the women's volleyball in the Olympics, when they play in the sand and they get up and you see the sand in their butt and they pull the material out? Why do you think it's the most widely watched thing? How much you want to bet when that team does their tour of LA and they hit the crypto arena or the Inuit word, how much you want to bet Brad's got a front row seat?
Even better. I want to be one of the girls. I'm going to wear one of those thong bikini bottoms. But my ass looks pretty good, right? You saw it.
Not like that, kid. Not like that.
Oh my God.
Get us out of here.
96. Can you believe we've done 96 episodes? 97 will be next week with amazing guests. We're so blessed to have these people. They come on, they tell their story. We're fully transparent. And we're going to continue to be fully transparent for many years to come. Anna Bender's coming. We have the motocross guys. We have so much going on. And I wouldn't do it with anybody but you, Fish. You're my brother. You're the boss. I love you, buddy. And
you're the boss.
Hey, I'm your sidekick.
Brad, can you give America and the world, we're pretty big in some parts if we're big. Listen to in Thailand. Can you give the moon over Miami so we get out of here with Lyndon?
Sure.
Look at this.
Okay, I'm coming. Wait. Let me see.
Yeah, let's see. Hey, Brad, how you doing? You got an itch?
Yeah.
Oh, look at that.
Yeah.
Look at that. Take it away, Dave.
You've been listening to the Fat Fish Podcast, heard on all your favorite platforms. Until next time.